Okay, so I've reached the point of needing to do the pet battle for the Felcycle, and I have defeated the pet battle. I will show you that. I will also show you how to get the recommended team. Um, the tamer in question is one from the Dark Moon Fair, which I found both curious and a bit frustrating because, as you can see, I actually have teams for the Dark Moon Fair. I think most people that do pet battles and um, do the dailies, the pet battle dailies for the Dark Moon Fair probably do have a specific team. So I was curious how this was going to work because you have to defeat the tamer using only secret pets, of which I've learned during this there are about a dozen or so. If you look it up, there is a recommended team, this team that I have here. I kind of want to go through this chronologically so you can kind of understand kind of what I did, so maybe that'll help you depending on where you are. It's also worth mentioning all the pets um, that I'm going to um, talk about were level 1 when I started this. If you go to the Dragon Isles, Azura Span, the um, Tuskar um, town here where you do the cooking event. There's a pet tamer there that allows you to upgrade your pet straight to max level, which is 25. So that's what I did for all the pets that I'm going to um, talk about. So, alternatively, you can just go to a um, low level. Think about how you would level your character. So if you're Alliance, which is typically what I do for like the trading post and stuff, so you'd go to like you'd start at Elwyn Forest, you see pet level 1 to 2. Just start doing pet battles. Make sure you have the anniversary buff and the 12-hour buff. That's an additional 20% experience. Um, if you are Horde, you would come to Durotar. Just kind of work your way through as you see pet level 1 to 2, Northern Barrens 3 to 4, so on and so forth. There's also dailies. This is an add-on, by the way, that shows these little pet battle, yeah, battle pet daily tamer, I think is what it's called. But that can also be helpful as you're leveling up, because you will run into some that like in the you'd have to do some, I think, some achievements for the dailies to pop up. But if you've done that, um, this will show you like who's available, like level 2, kind of what their pets are, things like that. There's also in some of the more max level areas, anywhere where there would be level 25 pets, I'll say, there are world quests you can do. For some reason, they're not always active. Um, like even outside of the secret event and the anniversary and all that, I don't fully understand that, but they offer you different rewards. Um, I've had the best luck with the Broken Shores. If we go to the current War Within, like Yeah, so that's what you want to look for, is this little paw thing. And so like this one, for example, will offer a marked flawless battlestone, which upgrades a pet to rare quality, which is the best quality you can get. There you go. This one offers polished pet charms, which is what you need to buy anything from a battle pet vendor, anything like that. So yeah. So it is very possible there is still time. The event, anniversary event, is going on until at least January. I don't know if the secret event is going away with that or not. If this is something separate from that, I'm not entirely clear on that because the Dragonflight one is still um, available, and you can still do that one as far as I know. Um, so yeah, so there are options depending on where you are with um, your battle pet progress. I also wanted to mention before I forget, if you talk to the skull, when you go into the kind of shadow realm phase that you have to be in to battle the tamer, there are chests scattered about. Do not open any of the chests because the chests are on a timer. So if you open a chest and you don't defeat the tamer, you'll have to wait until the next day because you opened a chest. So I had to learn that the hard way. Um, I think that is most of the like prerequisite stuff. If anything else pops in my mind, I'll mention that. So as I said, I kind of wanted to go through this kind of chronologically so you could see. I could kind of explain what I did. So this is the recommended team if you look it up. And when I tried this, I spent a bit of time trying to do this with other secret pets. I had 3 to start with. These were the 3 I had to start with. Now, if you look it up on WOWHEAD, there's a list of battle pets that people claim they have used and were successful in defeating the tamer. Um, I could not get any of these to work. I got close. I got almost defeated the second pet, which is the worst one of the 3 that the tamer has. But just didn't have enough to, that was pretty much just taking my whole team. So then I went and got 2. I got the Wicker Pup and Nelthara, and said, well, maybe I can just substitute something else for the first pet. Because this team, there's also a guide for the abilities you need to use on WoWhead and just literally um, what abilities to use against their team for the whole um, battle. So bear in mind that battle pets are largely RNG, so you may have to do it twice. I had to do it twice because of RNG. Um, so don't get discouraged if you don't use this or you try to use some different secret pets. Just kind of watch and see what. It's a lot of just trial and error. Just see what abilities work best and don't work, and all of that. You can also get some pet bandages. You do have your little button, but that is on an 8-minute cooldown. You can get some pet bandages from world quests and vendors and things like that. So there's also the anniversary battle tamers as well. Those are also level 25. Any tamer, I believe, unless you have the dailies unlocked, will be 25. So you'll most likely, if you don't already have some max level pets, just want to start. If you have some secret pets, just start leveling. As I said, just kind of go zone by zone and level. Um, so with the 2 pets of these 3 recommended, having 2 of those and then just trying to substitute 1. I did do better. I was managing to get to the third um, pet, and I did get very close on more than one occasion, but still just did not have enough to defeat the tamer. So eventually went out and just got all three. I'll show you how to get all three. There won't be commentary for the pet battle or for getting the battle pets. I just tried to show you the location and what you needed to get. Um, that's why I'm doing this part of it, to kind of explain everything so it makes sense. I did also get Tobias, which is from as I was saying, the secret event from Dragonflight. Beasts are pretty good, so I was kind of surprised I didn't make more progress with this guy. So I had 3 secret pets when this started. I have 7 now. Um, Upgraded them all. Um, Played around with all the abilities. It was so much simpler with these 3 recommended. So I would, if you're serious about trying to do this, I would highly recommend you try to get these 3. It really does not take that long. The Wicker Pup is simple. Um, Nelthara, you have to be an invoker to get, specifically an augmentation. You don't have to do anything specific with augmentation. You just need to use some abilities on some NPCs. You'll see in, in you'll be able to see as I watching as I you'll be able to see me do it and see what you need to do. It's not very complicated, but you do need an invoker. And then Spyragos is probably the one that takes the most amount of time because you have to fly around and collect a bunch of stuff, and you have to do you have to do a world quest and talk to some NPCs and all of that to get one of the items you need. But you can do everything in a day, at least as far as acquiring these, and then depending on how diligent you are with leveling them, if you can't buy a battle stone. If you have a garrison, your menagerie would grant you 1 flawless pet battle stone to upgrade a pet to level 25. That was how I ended up starting out. Every character that you do that sets up a menagerie should be able to get one, so there's also that as well. That is a bit more time consuming, I think. I don't specifically remember how quickly you can do stuff with the garrisons. It's been a minute. Um, so I was able to defeat the tamer on the second time. As I said, RNG kicked in, specifically with Rupture. So he has a 25% chance to stun. It's stunned. When you stun a NPC team, a non-player team, they automatically swap out. So I just surrendered and revived my pets and just went from there. So I kind of feel a bit foolish now for trying to do it on my own. I mean, I do and I don't. I like battle pads. I like trying to figure out strategies and things like that. Just as I said, a lot of these just really, if I'm being honest, just don't have a lot of good abilities. Like Jenafur does, like feed's pretty good. But then you have like Pig Out, which is kind of a worse version of it. Like it just, again, like all 3 of these are pets people use to defeat the tamer. So I'm assuming RNG was just really on their side with it, and I was hoping for that. Like I said, I kept getting close, um, just not close enough. So it was so much easier with these. And anytime you put a team together, you want to try to go 1v1. So basically each pet that you have is will specifically have something that counters one of the tamer's pets. So, um, Yeah, a lot easier. Not too bad, all things considered. If I could do it over, I would have just gotten all three of these, upgraded these three, followed the guide on WOWHEAD a little bit closer. I kept trying to be a bit more adventurous with it and said, oh, I can figure something out. Instead of running around, especially with for um, Spyro, Spyragos, I think is how you pronounce that. This seemed like a lot of work. It really wasn't. It was a lot of running around, but it really wasn't a lot of work. Um, so, yeah. So there you go. I did not cover how to get Tobias. All you have to do is just run around and get um, basically just collect some items for the achievement, the community rumor mill. If you did the secret, you should be halfway there. It's kind of a dual um, secret. 5 is the first achievement, and then when you collect 10, that's when you get the pet. Didn't cover that because I didn't think it was relevant. It's simple enough. It's kind of fun. You can just run around and collect some stuff. You can find guides on WoWhead for that. Um, these other pets I have collected over time, so I didn't really cover. I know I've covered how to get Jenafur. These others I think I made before I started doing anything with YouTube, so there probably won't be anything related to them. They were just things I did just here and there. So I mainly just covered the 3 pets that you need, and that is literally really all you need. If you get these 3, you will be able to defeat the tamer without much of a problem. As I said, you might not be able to do it the first time. You may have to do it 2, maybe even 3 times, depending on what your RNG is with certain abilities. But yeah, if you follow the guide, you'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to go over what you need to do to speak to Dealer Vexil, because it's actually very simple. So you need to come to the Obsidian Citadel in the Waking Shores. And if you look it up, it says you need to do the Worldbreaker questline. Questline is a bit of a misnomer. It's actually just a world quest. So you will come in here, and normally there'll be two dragons here. I've already done it for today, so they're not here. But normally there's two dragons here. You need to speak to one and choose who your alliance is with, your allegiance is with. And then you will come down here, and basically you will farm some material from the mobs that are down here. So all of these mobs will drop what you need. And what you need is these key fragments and key frames. Now the key fragments drop from everyone. The key frames seem to only drop from certain um, areas, I'll say. So like down here where the steps are, um, these guys here, these molten uprisings. Let me kill these and see if one drops. And it did not. But typically those will drop keyframes and over here. So basically just keep going through and killing everything around here. Um, at least, I shouldn't say that only certain mobs drop the keyframes. It seems to be more frequent with certain ones, let me put it that way. So, I actually looked it up because I actually farmed 30 key fragments before I ever saw a keyframe drop, so I wasn't sure if I was doing something wrong or if I needed to be doing something else or going to a certain area. Um, and other people have commented the same thing, that they just don't drop that frequently. Um, you will need 60 key fragments and 6 key frames, because what you're going to do is then you're going to come over here, or believe, where's the other dragon? Um, is it here? Yeah, I think it's here. So, you will go speak to whoever you pledged your allegiance to, and you will combine the 30 key fragments and 3 keyframes into a key. That will complete the quest there, so that's what you'll get, restored obsidian key. Now, you need 2 of these. That's why I said you need 60 key fragments and 6 key frames. So, then you will come over here and you will speak to this NPC who only offers this daily quest after you have completed the world quest. So speaking to the dragon and giving whoever you were pledging your allegiance to, that will complete the world quest. So you were done with that. You will still have, as I do, you'll still have 30 key fragments and 3 key frames in your bag. You will come over here, you will put them together again and give them to this NPC here. And they will reward you with a cache. Now the cache, and I don't know how frequently this is. I've seen some different things online. I got mine on the first go around. In order to talk to Dealer Vexil, you will need a Worldbreaker membership. which is in the cache that you get. And as you see, it is a 2-day buff. Now, I have seen where this will fall off if you die, so you do want to be careful. But after you complete all of that, just completing the world quest makes um, Dealer Vexil neutral. So you will come in here. If you don't know where he's located, and then he will be neutral. So I think he actually goes to he's like orange. I forget whatever orange is. Like he won't attack you. He just won't talk to you either. So, and then you can get your flame slinger rum, and then depending on which pet you're getting, if you're trying to get the snow cub secret pet as well, you'll need the honey snack. So I would recommend buying that as well. And you can get another world membership. Um, I've seen where there were some issues with this. Obviously, if it falls off and you can't talk to him, you can't purchase anything. So I'm not entirely sure how that works, but that is all you need to do to talk to Dealer Vexil. The world quest seems to be up every day. I did it yesterday, logged in this morning. It had popped back up again, so I just went ahead and did it again. Um, and then, as I said, turned in one key to the dragon, turned in one key to the NPC, and then got the World Breaker membership from the cache of the NPC. Again, I have seen where it is not 100% drop. Um, and then after that, was able to not just speak to Dealer Vexil, but actually buy the the drink needed for the secret pet.